Good morning, America. I'm Casey Johnson, bringing you the latest on the senatorial nominees. Soon, we will be hearing a little about the candidates' personal background, meeting with their families, and discussing some of their political accomplishments and failings. And of course, a couple of their top issues these candidates are fighting for. Now, I will introduce to you U.S. Senator Al Franken.
I'm Al Franken. I'm the husband to Franny Franken and the adoring father to my two children, Thomason and Joe. I graduated from Harvard, yes, Harvard, in 1973. I spent 37 years of my life as a comedy writer, author, and radio talk show host. But by 2008, I was ready to become so much more. I was elected to Senate as a member of the DFL party. Since then, I've joined many committees, including HELP Committee, which is Health, Education, Labor, and Pension, the Judiciary Committee, the Energy and Natural Resources Committee, and the Committee on Indian Affairs. I know, it's a lot. I also have a lot of other accomplishments. Some of them would include, in 2011, I was named chairman of the Judiciary Subcommittee on Privacy, Technology, and the Law. I successfully incorporated numerous key provisions into the Senate bill to reform the No Child Left Behind law. My provisions allow more flexibility in testing and strengthen schools by improving principal leadership. I also passed an amendment to the Wall Street Reform Bill, which in turn ended the conflicts of interest in Wall Street's current pay-to-play credit rating system. Another thing I am proud of is a provision I made in the healthcare reform law that makes insurance companies put 80 to 85% of premiums towards actual health services. With these many accomplishments, there may come a few failures. One of the things I'm very disappointed in is my failed attempt to overturn the Citizens United Amendment, an amendment that allows corporations to spend unlimited amount of government money on American elections. This is wrong, and it threatens our democracy. I'm very disappointed that we weren't able to get this important amendment passed, but the fight isn't over. But I'm not here to tell you my faults. I'm here to make America better. Some things I'm fighting for in this election would be the middle class, education, especially colleges, budget to end deficit, healthcare for all, and clean energy. For the middle class, we need to create good jobs and bring new industries to our state. We can save jobs by giving tax breaks and other incentives to businesses to hire workers and expand. Education is another major issue for me. I am fighting to make it easier for Minnesotan families to afford post-secondary education. I also strongly believe that investments in early childhood education pay off hugely. I am a champion for improved access to good education from pre-K through college. Another issue is healthcare, something every Minnesotan should have. They should have a doctor they trust and at a price they can easily afford. Health reform was a great first step, but there is more we can do to get affordable care to the rest of our country. And finally, clean energy. It provides economic growth and good jobs in Minnesota. It would reduce our dependence on foreign oil while also creating good jobs. I'm Al Franken, and I approve this message.
Thank you, Mr. Franken, for allowing us into a look of your life and giving us insights into your ideologies. Now, we will go to senatorial candidate Mike McFadden.
Hello, I am Mag McFadden, and I thank you for joining me today. I will start with the background information. I'm husband to Mary Kate McFadden and father to Connor, Sean, Brandon, Molly, Pat, and Danny. Obviously, family means a lot to me. Now, for some of my personal accomplishments. I graduated from the University of St. Thomas. Then I went to Georgetown University to receive my GED, Juris Doctor, a professional doctorate, and first professional graduate degree in law. I am very passionate about educating our youth, and for the past 4 years, I have been active with the Cristo Rey Jesuit High School. Before, most students were graduating 2 grades level behind their own grade level. Last year, 100% of the students graduated, with 70% going on to college. This has given me more knowledge into the struggles many Minnesotans have, and I want to build a better path for them and have a better life. My 3 core issues comes from hearing the same message. Families feel like they're falling behind. We need to bring back growth and prosperity to our country, and in order to do so, we need to focus on the 3 E's: energy policy, efficiency, and education. The federal government is not the solution for our education. Education is done best when controlled locally. People in Washington should not decide what students in St. Paul or Minneapolis should be reading. The federal government is only good to encourage new and innovative ideas. We need to reduce government spending. Families make hard financial decisions, and our government should as well. I also believe we should be demanding a limited and more effective government. Your government controls your hard-earned tax dollars, and you deserve programs that are both cost-effective and have a positive impact. As your senator, I will be committed to making government provide the best services at the lowest and effective cost. And I also believe that in order to make America safer and stronger, with the growing issue of ISIS and the problems in the Middle East, we see the consequences of an incoherent foreign policy agenda. America needs new leadership to overcome the conflicts in today's world. I do not support U.S. military engagement in conflicts unless there is a clearly defined goal for success. Leadership also means that standing by our allies around the world. So, with all these issues, I believe strongly in the effective but limited government, and I hope others do as well. I am Mike McFadden, and I approve this message.
All right, thank you for tuning into our news channel. I hope you have gained a better understanding. This is Casey Johnson signing off for A Cubed FM.
I'd like to introduce Senator Al Franken.
When I work in the United States Senate, I work for all Minnesotans. That's my job. And I travel all around the state, but here, during the state fair week, the whole state comes here.
Good. How about you?
Good. I have the seat that Paul Wellstone held. It's Minnesota's seat. It's the people of Minnesota, but I have the seat that Paul Wellstone held. Paul said something so profound. We all do better when we all do better.
Thank you for all your work. So excited to have you come back.
What's interesting about that is when I tell that to people who aren't from Minnesota, they are just kind of taken aback by the simplicity of it and the profundity of it and the truth of it.
Senator, I'm a huge supporter of your anti-bullying program.
Thank you, Henry. We know we all do better when we all do better. We all do better when every kid has access to health.
I want to personally thank you for all the things you've done for Minnesota.
Thanks.
You've done a great job.
We all do better when you pay a living wage and all people can put a roof over their heads and their families' heads and put food on their table.
And I got to tell you, I respect you so much. I respect everything you've done for every working family in Minnesota, and you've got my family, 3 generations of complete and total support. And I just want to shake your hand and say thank you very
We all
much.
do better when every kid has access to an education, to a world-class education.
And I just want to say I think you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you.
And I'm happy to vote for you again.
Probably one of the most common questions I get asked in some form or another is being a senator as much fun as working on Saturday Night Live? The answer is no. But it's the best job I've ever had. And it's the best job I've ever had because I get to get things done for Minnesotans.
Here in Minnesota, there's a right way and a wrong way. And Al Franken keeps missing the mark. Badly. Franken has a 97% voting record with President Obama, over 40 votes for higher taxes, and Franken cast the deciding vote for Obamacare.
I'm Mike McFadden, and I approve this message because we need to straighten out Washington and get America back on track.
Mike McFadden for Minnesota. He'll get us back on track.
On 2. Ready?
That's Coach McFadden. He taught us blocking.
There you go.
And tackling.
Way to go, Joey.
And running hard.
Go.
Mike McFadden for Minnesota.
Now Coach McFadden's the one running.
Run it.
He says Washington's fumbling our future. Spending has to be stopped. And Obamacare needs to be sacked.
Good job.
Coach McFadden is tough.
Now let's get out there and hit somebody.
Really tough.
I'm Mike McFadden, and I approve this message.